The idea with these plots is that we try and use the minimum amount of gear and keep it really simple. So we've got pigtails here with a cord which will mark out the perimeter of our plot. We've got a clipboard with maps and recording sheets. We have the pegs, one peg per plot, which we'll put one in the centre of each plot. Obviously need an axe or a mallet to put those pegs in. Those pegs need to be permanent for 5 years or more so that we can go back to the exact same spot and remeasure those plots. We've got spray cans to just mark the top of the pegs so that they're easy to spot in a year's time when we come back.
To ensure we get an accurate recording of the centre of each plot, we need to use a GPS unit to record a waypoint. We also record characteristics of the site, including the aspect, so whether it's north, east, west, south facing, and a slope angle average of that plot. To do so, we have access to inclinometers, a free app which will give us the angle, and that can be recorded. All of this information is requirements that are recorded on our field sheets for each plot, and also additional information for the site information sheet.
To mark out the plots, we use two pigtails, standard pigtails, which again you can get from any farmer's stockist, and between one pigtail and the next we have already measured out the radius of our plot. So in this case we've got a 5 metre cord, and one of these will be placed at the peg which is at the centre of the plot, and then we go around the plot like this and measuring all the trees. If we want to extend the plot size, we've got an extra bit of cord here which is tied on here, which will take it out another, in this case 2.5 metres, to give us a 7.5 metre radius plot, which is a 15 metre plot. So once we've got our plot set up, we want to be going around the plots, and we'll show you how to do that in a minute, and we want to measure all the seedlings that have been planted within that plot. And we use this 2 metre long fiberglass pole, be available from your stocking station agents, and we mark off here every 10 centimetres with a vivid, and every 50 centimetres we stick an extra bit of tape so we can recognise straight away that's 50 centimetres. Halfway is 1 metre, then 150 up here. And the aim with just having these divisions here 10 centimetres apart is that we want to measure the seedlings quickly and to the nearest 5 centimetres. So it's not about being ultra accurate. We're only interested in the height of the seedling to the nearest 5 centimetres. And you can switch it over like that. You can't get it upside down.
We have a site map here. We can either predetermine where our plots are going, or if we get onto site we can figure out where plots can be located.
This is a relatively even site, even though it is rolling country and there are different aspects to it. We're going to treat it as just one planting site where most of the plants are probably going to grow at about the same rate. We're going to have similar survivals, but we really need to make sure that the 6 plots are placed so that they sample the area in a representative way. Hence we'll put 3 along this slope here and then 3 along that slope. Okay, so I'll put the baseline up here, right? So you want to stick that in there. About 5 metres for the radius. I'll just mark the baseline so that we know where we started. So okay. And
We've got the GPS.
Yep. Right, Michael's just taken the GPS coordinates of the centre of this plot. Was taking the slope using the inclinometer on the iPhone. Puri 55, and I'd give it a vigour of 3. It's been frost damaged. This is Kanaka. Kānaka height for the Kānaka is 145, and it's got a vigor of 5. Another Kānaka to the green is 105 high. It's got a dead top, and I give it a vigor of 4. Okay, Puri, and it's 55 high, and it's got frost damage, and I'd give it a vigor of 2. Next one is a Puri, and it's sitting at 60 centimeters high, and it's looking quite good, and I would give that a vigor of 5, just a little bit of insect damage. Okay, Puri, sitting at 65 centimeters high, and it's a vigor of 2, and it's been severely browed. So yeah, typical hair damage with that 45 degree, quite a clean cut. Next one is the Puri. This has got frosting damage. It's 65 centimeters high, and I'd give it a vigor of 2 because of that frosting damage. Okay, that takes us around to our baseline. Okay, so we're re-establishing a plot and going to start remeasuring them. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, first one is Coprosma robusta, and that's 180 centimeters high, and it's a 5 for vigor. Next one is 195. It's Pittosporum tenuifolium, P10, Pit 10, and it's a vigor of 5. You can give us a hand to get this over. Wineberry, 205 high, and it's a vigor of 5.
Yep.
Okay, so one of the things about measuring is that we want to only measure the natural height. So even though this Rimu is sort of slightly leaning, we only take its natural height. So this one here is going to be 115 centimeters high. We tend not to straighten up the seedling and then take the measurement, and in that case it would be 220. It would be 120 centimeters high. So we recommend always taking natural height, which is 115. At some point you can stop monitoring your early survival and growth, and this site here is an example of where we're getting fairly close to where we really don't need to do any more monitoring. While there's still some gaps around here, and there's an opportunity to interplant a few more tree species, as you can see in the gaps, there's only rank grass. There's no blackberry or gorse coming up that will come to dominate this stand. This is probably now going to continue on to a dense canopy of native shrub hardwoods with interplanted trees. So this is what, 3 years after planting. So in this case I would say we don't have to now remeasure this plot again. We can call this actually completed, and just watch it continue to infill and become native forest over time.